Hi guys, and welcome to a different type of a haul video. So I did get some books, but I put them away because I didn't feel like filming. I was in too much pain to sit and do that, so those books are already put away. But I have a different type of a haul. It is still a book haul, but this is a library book haul. I actually felt good enough to go to the library. Now I am regretting it because the pain has ratcheted up, but I wanted to film this video because I am so excited about the books I got from the library. Now, I'm going to start with the books I actually purchased from the library. I spent a total of $4 and got several paperbacks. So, I'm just going to reach into the bag and then I'll tell you what I got. So, I have The Mother Code by Carole Stivers. I don't know anything about these books, and I can't really give you much information because there's stickers on the back that cover up some of the synopsis on the back. This one does say it is 2049, so this one takes place in the future. Oh, okay. Let's see, turning to their last resort, a plan to place genetically engineered children inside the cocoons of large-scale robots to be incubated. Let's see, birthed and raised by machines, but there is yet one hope of preserving the human order, an intelligence programmed into these machines that renders each unique in its own right, the Mother Code. So something about children being incubated and raised, born and raised by robots. So this is a reader's choice, and it is science fiction. So yeah, so that's that one. And I bought these by the cover. That's the only thing. This one I actually looked up while I was at the library because I didn't know if it was part of a series or not. And it looks like this is a standalone. And it's called The Silver Scar. And this is by Betsy Dornbusch. This one I can give you the synopsis. And so I'll give you a little bit of it. It says, when Trinidad was 12, his Wiccan parents blew themselves up in an Echo-tier attack that killed several Christians. Orphaned and disillusioned, he fled his home and his best friend Castile to become a soldier for the powerful Christian church operating inside the fortress city of Boulder, Colorado. Hey, Colorado! Raised by a priest and trained by a godless warrior, Trinidad learned the brutal art of balancing faith and war. He is the perfect archwarden, disciplined and devout. And then it says, but when the church bishop arrives with the silver scar she claims is proof of angelic orders to crusade, Trinidad alone knows her story is a lie. So, sounds interesting. Political and religious, and this is a fantasy, or it has the fantasy sticker, so. Okay, so that's that one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got a total of 8 books, and they're all paperback. I'm going to save some of these because the cover, I mean all of them was the cover, and some of these I am like so excited for. Okay, so the first one I picked up, it does have a sticker. It says this is the first book in the series of the Epoch of the Redress. This is Nemecene, and it's by Kaz Lefave. So, and I'm sure I'm saying all that wrong. And this one's a science fiction. Can't give you anything because the sticker covers up a good portion of the synopsis. It says, will Keto and Elias find the answers in time? Or will the questioning lead them down a dangerous path where treachery lies and deceit resides? I mean, that's pretty much all I can read on the back because the rest is just covered up by sticker. Okay. And then the next one, oh, I'm topping over another bag here, straighten, okay, is I Will Never Leave You by S.M. Thayer. This one, there's no genre sticker on it, it's just labeled as a fantasy, or as a fiction. It says marriage, mistrust, and murder. Banking heiress Trish and her husband James seem to have it all, from a lavish lifestyle to a historic mansion in the nation's capital. The only thing that's missing to make their family complete is a baby. So when Trish holds Anne Elise in her arms for the first time, it's no surprise that she falls deeply in love. There's just one problem. Trish isn't the mother. So there's that one. So that sounds interesting. Okay, let me get rid of the bag. Move that over. Okay, so you're probably hearing a little bit of the fan. It's hot, so I'm sorry. We're just going to have to deal with the noise if you can hear it, which I'll find out when we're editing. Okay, so the next fantasy book is by G.S. Scott, and it's The True Tree Chronicles Cleansed. This is a rather creepy cover. Let's see, what can I tell you about it? It says, when chaos orchestrates the mass slaughter he calls the cleansing, men and gods alike turn to stand up against him. With the god of chaos, the god of death, and the god of order clashing, their followers must face off in an epic bloody struggle. Dirge, an apprentice to the Brotherhood of Assassins and follower of death, is approached by the prophet of the forgotten god of order. Suddenly, he finds himself at odds with all he has known and all that will be. But, I mean, this cover, I was like, oh, I gotta get that, and I don't care if it's the 5th in a series, this cover. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, okay, the next 3 are all labeled as horror. So, okay, so this one, it looks like it's all short stories. I thought this would be a good way to really delve into quite a bit of horror. It is called The Monstrous, and it is edited by Ellen Datlow. It says, horror's most acclaimed editor reveals 20 riveting tales of the other gone wrong. Monsters who suffer from heartbreak, betrayal, ungrateful kids, and unpaid overtime. Creatures of darkness that struggle to adapt to modern living. Ordinary folks who find themselves inexplicably transformed. It looks like this has authors, let's see, stories from authors Caitlin R. Kiernan, Kim Newman, Leva Llewellyn, Peter Straub, Sophia Samatar, John Langan, Christopher Fowler, Jeffrey Ford, and others. So a bunch of short stories. So that'll be fun. And then these next ones are short. This particular one is just over 200 pages. It's less than 250. Looks like it's 236 pages. And this is by Dale Arden, and it is the Iguana Project. Oh, I didn't notice there's a face. So you have an iguana, and then you're not going to probably more than likely not be able to see it on camera because I just barely noticed it. But there's an iguana, and then there's a man's face kind of in the background just a little bit. It says lawyer Patrick, I'm just going to say Patrick because I don't know how to pronounce the last name. He had it all, the perfect life, wealth, beautiful wife, and children, until he got involved with the mafia. By the time he realizes his mistake, it's too late. There is no going back, and he's been warned. If he makes a misstep, he'll be paying in blood. With the hopes of keeping his family safe, he starts compiling secret records of all the mafia's dirty dealings in his safe at home. And then it gives more, but I really don't want to read anymore. So, the Iguana Project. Okay. The last book I got because it has, looks like I'm guessing it's a raptor on the cover, a velociraptor, or it's also been called a Utah raptor, so, and this is over 250 pages. It looks like it is, oh, this one says it'll be to continued in the Hunted Tribe, Rocket's Red Glare, 269 pages. And this is the Hunted Tribe, Book 1, Deceleration of War by Roma Gray. So I love that it's the first one in the series, but there is the dinosaur that I was talking about. To me, it looks like a velociraptor or a Utah raptor. I'm not sure which one because I don't know my dinosaurs, but anyway. This one says, deep in the North American fortress, something, an animal, the sticker's in the way. Let's see, animal spirit known as the Grishla. The Grishla is so ancient it predates the human race by several million years, and it is so powerful and reclusive, only very insightful witches know of its existence. 500 years ago, the Dwanaki tribe possessed such witches. Drunk on their own power and arrogance, these witches attempted to enslave the Grishla Enraged, the creature began hunting and killing the Donake. I don't know how to say these words, but I am very intrigued, especially because of the dinosaur on the cover. So those are the books that I bought from the library. So I'm happy. $4, all paperback. So now I want to show you. These are the books I actually checked out from the library. They're due. So today is August 3rd. No, 4th. Today is the 4th of August. These are due back on the 25th of August. So I have a mix of books. So this one I have, okay, and again, these are all checked back. These are just loaned. So this one is Sweetheart by Peter James. And this one says, Charlie has a strange feeling when she sees the idyllic mill house with its cluster of outbuildings. The lake and the swirling mill stream a powerful sense of recognition, as if she has been there before, except she knows she hasn't. And this is labeled as a horror. So there's that one. The next book I checked out is, it says, A Mick Oberon Job. Looks like this is by Ari Marmell, and it's Hot Lead, Cold Iron. The cover intrigued me, so that, okay. The back, I'm just going to read a little bit of the synopsis here. It says, Mick Oberon may look like just another 1930s private detective. So you've got a little bit of historical fiction there. It says, but beneath the fedora and the overcoat, he's got pointy ears and he's packing a wand. Among the last in a line of aristocratic fae, Mick turned his back on his kind and their court a long time ago. But when he's hired to find a gangster's daughter 16 years after she was replaced with a changeling, the trail leads Mick from Chicago's criminal underworld to the hidden otherworld, where he'll have to wade through the fae politics and mob power struggles to find the kidnapper and solve the case. So, mystery. Anyway, so that sounded interesting. And then I also checked out The Beloved Girls, and this is by Harriet Evans. This has, it just says new, so it's new to the library. Let's see, it says, Catherine, a successful barrister, vanishes from a train station on the eve of her anniversary. Is it because she saw a figure, someone she believed long dead, or was it a shadow cast by her troubled, fractured mind? So, there's that one. And that's not the whole synopsis on the back. That's just a partial. And I generally only read a partial, just enough to kind of get me intrigued. So let me get the rest of these out so that it's easier to tell you about them. Okay, my due date slip. Okay, next book I checked out. The first one I saw that drew me in was on the Reader's Choice. One of the prompts for one of the readathons, and I don't remember without looking at my binder or my notebook, but is to read a book recommended by a celebrity. And so I was thinking, oh, well, I'll just look up some that, because I know Oprah has recommended books, and I know that Reese Witherspoon has recommended books. Well, this first one I saw has a Reese's Book Club, so this will be a book that'll take care of that prompt, because it's recommended by Reese Witherspoon. And that is The Dictionary of Lost Words, and this is by Pip Williams. The luggage here was what kind of caught my eye. A little bit of the synopsis says, Esme is born into a world of words. Motherless and ever curious, she spends her childhood in Oxford in the room where her father and fellow lexichoreographers, I don't know. They are collecting words for the first complete edition of the Oxford English Dictionary. Oh, that's interesting. It says, while they work, young Esme begins to collect other words, ones that have been discarded or neglected by the dictionary men. So that sounds cool. I'm really intrigued for that. So I look forward to that one. Okay. And then I have, this one is a Penguin Classics by John Bunyan, and it's The Pilgrims Progress. I have never heard of this one before. I looked at the back and it says, in John Bunyan's classic allegory, Christian abandons his family and the city of destruction and sets off to find salvation. His path is straight but not easy, and he is beset by trials, including the terrible violence of the destructive Apollyon and the giant Despair, as he peruses his pilgrimage through the slough of Despond, the Delectable Mountains, and Vanity Fair towards the Celestial City. And the second part of the narrative is why, okay, so then it just goes on. So it looks like there's two narratives, and it looks like this is going to be like a religious thing, because it has on the sides, and I didn't notice it at the library, it has little references, and some of these have, I'm recognizing, it says the faith of ignorance. There's one over here that says Romans 3, and then Genesis 6:5, Solomon 125:5, Proverbs 2:15, Romans 3. So there are scriptural or biblical references in this. So this will be interesting. I have never heard of this before, so I'm actually kind of intrigued by that. Okay. And then I have, my mom showed this to me because I'm always looking for some romances that are clean. And my mom found this, and it's just labeled as new. It says Clean Romantic Comedy. This is by Nathaniel G. And it's the pigs and, of pigs and priests. So it's very short. So I'm looking forward to this one. And let's see. I can see in bold it says it's 1557. So this takes place quite a bit ago. How long is this? It's less than 200 pages. It's like less than 175, it looks like. It says, as devoted priests of the Catholic Church, the two men have committed themselves to vows of celibacy. But while their minds and spirits are devoted to their faith, their hearts ache with loneliness. Father Young has recently fallen for Fanny Porkshire, the daughter of the newest family to come to the little town of Bridgecrest. And in the neighboring town of Lushton, Bishop Goldhart has long admired Miss Denine, the owner of a local tavern. As they both resign themselves to suffer with their feelings alone, they find new hope when Queen Elizabeth comes to the throne and officially institutes the Church of England, which now allows priests to marry. Overnight, Father Young and Bishop Goldhart become the most eligible bachelors in town. Every mother wants their daughter matched with the notable men of the church. So that'll be interesting. And it says it's supposed to be comedic, so we'll see if I understand the comedy. Okay, the next three I checked out are Reader's Choice books. There's a mystery, a science fiction, and a fantasy. And it says they've all come with a little, like, a ballot. So at the library that I go to, it says read, vote, if it's 1 to 5 stars, enter your ballot for a chance to win a $30 gift card. A gift card will be given away at each county library branch location. Cool. But I don't know what the gift card is to, so I don't know. That'll be interesting. I will try to get these in. So the first one, this is the fantasy. Loved the cover. It's actually kind of like a blue foiled. It's not picking up on camera from what I could see real well, but this is All the Murmuring Bones by A.G. Slatter. And it says, long ago, Miriam O'Malley's family prospered due to a deal struck with the Myrrh, safety for their ships in return for a child of each generation. But for many years, the family have been unable to keep their side of the bargain and have fallen into decline. Mirren's grandmother is determined to restore their glory, even at the price of Mirren's freedom. A spellbinding tale of dark family secrets, magic and witches, and creatures of myth and the sea, of strong women and the men who seek to control them. So that sounds good. Okay. And then I have, this was just interesting, and once I saw this, I was like, what the heck is this book about? So this is Ten Low by Stark Holborn. Sorry, my back's really starting to hurt, so I'm going to try to hurry a little bit more. It says, part of the synopsis is covered by stickers, so I can't read it. It says, attempting to atone for her sins. I'm guessing it's the person on the cover. It says, she pulls a teenage girl from a crashed life craft. But Gabriela Ortiz is no ordinary girl. She is a genetically engineered super soldier and decorated general, part of the army that kept Ten prisoner. Worse, Ten realizes the crash was an assassination attempt and that someone wants Ortiz dead. So obviously I'm not getting much from the synopsis because of the dang stickers on the back, but so there's that. I'm intrigued because of the cover and I just want to know what the heck that's about. Okay, three more fiction books to tell you about. So this one is the mystery, also reader's choice, so I can vote to win. This is the Unkindness of Ravens. Really liked this cover. And this is by M.E. Hillard. It's a Greer Hogan mystery. So I don't know if this is the first in the series or if I can read them all separate. I don't know. It says Greer Hogan is a librarian and an avid reader of murder mysteries. She also has a habit of stumbling upon murdered bodies. The first was her husband's, and the tragic loss led Greer to leave New York behind for a new start in the village of Raven Hill. But her new home becomes less idyllic when she discovers her best friend sprawled dead on the floor of the library. So I'm going to read. I absolutely love this cover. I think it's absolutely stunning. Like, that's, like, I look at that and I go, that's a place I would like to move to and live because of how beautiful that is. Okay, moving on. These next two are horror. This one is by John Everson, and this is The Pumpkin Man. Love the cover. It says, after her father's gruesome murder, Jen needed a place to get away from it all with some friends to take her mind off her grief. The empty seaside cottage she inherited seemed perfect. Jen didn't know that it held arcane secrets, mysteries long hidden, and best left alone. She didn't realize until too late that the old books and Ouija board really did hold great power, and it was only after her friend's headless body was discovered that she learned the legend of the local boogeyman was no mere legend at all. An evil, lost my place. An evil has been unleashed, a terrifying figure previously only spoken of in whispers. Now the whispers will become screams. Beware the Pumpkin Man. That sounds really good. The next one I got was also a horror, and the cover is actually kind of creepy to me. Oh, I have to get the first book because this one says it's a sequel and I didn't notice that. So I'll see if I can get the first book on ebook from the library. But this one's Song of the Sandman, and this is horror, and this is by J.F. Dubois, I don't know. All it says on the back, well, that just is a quote. From a young age, Alice has been groomed to subdue a great evil. Who pays the toll should she fail? God in the Shed. That actually sounds really familiar. After a terrible mass shooting at Cicero's circus, the evil presence responsible for the carnage is taken in a doomsday cult lying in wait for such an opportunity. This seems really familiar. Let me get my phone. Like, that synopsis seems like really familiar. Let's see. Song of the... I don't know. It just sounds like really familiar, but I know I haven't ever read this, so I don't know. But I'll look for the first one and try and get a digital copy. So those are the fiction books. Now I have 4 nonfiction books because I really wanted to get a nonfiction book. So the 2 that are going to be sweet and have stories that'll make me cry, because these are anthologies. These are all short stories by various people, not necessarily authors, just people that submitted them. I remember when Chicken Soup for the Soul was really big. It was chicken soup for the cat lover's soul, the dog lover's soul, the animal lover's soul, the country lover's soul. There was a whole bunch. I remember getting my grandma one that was for the grandmother's soul, my mom one that was for the mother's soul, and there was just a plethora. I had at least 5 to 8 that I owned, and I no longer have them. But I found some Chicken Soup for the Soul books at the library, both cat-oriented. This one is Chicken Soup for the Soul. I Can't Believe My Cat Did That. 101 stories about the crazy antics of our feline friends. So these are just going to be a bunch of short stories. This is edited by Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, and Jennifer Quesha. But it's just stories. I remember these being stories that just normal everyday people submitted. Like, I could have submitted a story to be in a Chicken Soup for the Soul book, but I never did. So I just know it's from ordinary people, and these are stories that they had with their, in this case, their feline friends. So I got that one. The other Chicken Soup is Chicken Soup for the Soul, Loving Our Cats, Heartwarming and Humorous Stories About Our Feline Family Friends. This is edited by Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen, or I don't know, collectioned by them, edited by Amy Newmark. So just a bunch of short stories. The next one I'm excited about is, and this was sitting So in between the stacks of books, there's like these shelves that face out, and so you see the cover of the books. So like if this was sitting there, it'd be straight out like that instead of like that. You'd see that. This is the back of the book. This is the cover. Weirdopedia. This is by Alex Palmer. It says the ultimate book of surprising, strange, and incredibly bizarre facts about supposedly ordinary things. And that's all I needed to hear. So it's just random facts. I thought this would be really interesting. Facts about bananas, beer, apples, city living, running, the stock market, teeth. So this will be interesting. Now, the last nonfiction I got just because it's cats. I don't know. Oh, I found someone's paper bookmark. So anyway, this one I am really intrigued to read, so I hope I am able to get to this before it is due. But that is A Cat's Tale, A Journey Through Feline History. This is Baba the Cat as directed to Paul Koudenarius. Says since the dawn of civilization, felines have prowled alongside mankind as they expanded their territory and spread the myth of human greatness. And today, cats are peddled on social media as silly creatures, here to amuse humans with their antics. But this is an absurd, self-centered fantasy. The true history of felines is one of heroism, love, tragedy, sacrifice, and gravitas. I'm not entirely convinced. Well, get ready because Baba the Cat is here to set the record straight. And this, so you have borders around the text, but there's a lot of pictures. Let me find. So there you go. So that's just a little ceramic thing, but there's the cat. Let me find. There's another one. So there's several pages with images, and the cats are dressed up and stuff. So I am excited to get to this, and I hope I can get to it before it's due. But if I don't, I don't, and I'll check it out another point if I ever remember. So that's it. That's what I got from the library. I thought this would be kind of fun. It's been a year since I've been, so I really, really wanted to go. And I am so excited to get to all of these books. Hopefully I will, but we'll see. If I don't, that's fine. So that'll be it for my library haul. I don't know when I'll be able to do this again, probably not for a bit until I have the stimulator in my back, but I was feeling pretty okay today, but now I'm regretting it. So I'm going to finish getting ready for bed and lay down with an ice pack. So I'm going to go. So until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I'll talk to you later.